Oh, live. Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids. You're live. Okay. Henry learns the code, people. Do,
Yeah,
do you
this is
see?
my.
I should see everyone. I see hello world. Oh, good.
Yep.
Speaking of hello world, let's do some hello world action. Okay. Okay.
There we go. Now I see it.
I have so see all this text. It's a little bit blown out, really big, but
Why?
that's.
Why does your background is like a? It's like
Go
a
ahead.
forest.
I mean, I'm trying to
That's pretty
be.
sweet.
I'm trying to be
I need to
comfortable,
get a
right?
forest too.
I'm trying to
Isn't
be
that
comfortable.
not cool? You have a forest and then I have a bed.
It's actually the tropics.
It's the
There's a
tropics.
waterfall back there. Here, like, can you see the waterfall?
Is it? How did you? Oh, do you have a green? Do you have a something right behind you?
No, because I'm in a waterfall.
Yeah. Okay. It's because you're out in the waterfalls.
I'm in I'm in uh where am I? I'm in what's it called? That one city that's not doing well.
One city.
One city is not doing.
Detroit.
One of them, one of those ones. Yeah, that's. But there's no waterfalls there, so you know it's just okay. It's actually something I got from a humble bundle for cheap. I got for like $1. It's called XSplit VCam. Okay, let's run our program at My Game Rocks. Is that what your program looks like, Henry? Right now?
Which one?
The Henry Learns to Code one that we did yesterday to start.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is.
Okay, so you got your Replit open?
I have it open. Yes. Wait, hold on. I'm under scripts. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was great. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question here.
Sure.
When you see var, right? You see how that just showed up, right? On the did you see it where the word var? Let's say I say var
Are you talking about on your stream or on my in the console?
on the stream because you're
On the
gonna
stream. Yeah. Yeah.
var
Hold on. I see.
no
What do
var.
I see?
Can you see
You
var
type
number?
bar.
Can you see
Yes, I
var
can.
number?
On the line 3, I see you typed bar.
Var number, right? And I say var number equals 10. Can you
Okay.
see that? Did you see the equals 10 there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it hasn't. It's lagged a little bit, right? So now I see it. I see equal. I see that you're typing equals, and it's just sitting there. So I'm assuming you want me to duplicate what you're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So var number 10 semicolon and
And that's
tag.
good.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So now, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say console.log.
Number.
The number is colon. Oops. Colon plus number. So it's kind of like a sentence. And then when you
Okay.
run it, it should say the number is 10.
Yeah.
Does your program do that too?
Hold on.
Is this fun or what?
Ah, I see. So you just say plus number.
Yeah, so you make it like a sentence.
Yep. Yep.
And so Henry, why do you want to know how to code?
Why do I want to know how to code?
Yeah, why do you want to know how to code?
Because coding is probably some of the coolest stuff you can do right now.
Yeah. Okay. And then, how do you know me? Are we like best buddies or something?
We are best buddies. We are best buddies, and you're gonna teach me all
For
the great
life.
things that you've taught all these little kiddies
Yeah, I teach.
over the last 3 years.
I've been teaching a lot of people coding. I'm gonna teach you because basically here's what happened. You said last night that you wanted to make games, and I'm like, okay, why don't you start making some Excel docs, right? And
Yeah.
then you were kind of like, do you remember what you said about that when we were talking last night?
Yeah, I just said, if we wanted to make a game, I'm not gonna be able to contribute from a programming perspective.
And then so then what happened after that?
Then you said, well, why can't you code, bro?
Like this,
And
then we
and
just said, let's do
so
it.
and so now we started this.
And we started this. Just kind of random, but spur of the moment. So if this is fun, I think we're gonna make it very like it's going to be slower paced than a lot of these elite programming tutorial things online, right? Where they're just like flying. We're just going to go step by step, very debuggy, more for like an indie game developer's kind of perspective, like me. I'm coding how I make my stuff, so it's very clear. So
Yep.
hopefully you enjoy it. And then I was thinking, you know what I was thinking? We might be able to do some stuff related to math and insurance too. So you can
There you go.
bring it back, make
Bring
it
it back, baby.
that could be cool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the classic ways to increment things in JavaScript, okay? So we're just going to say number equals number plus 1, and then semicolon out.
Okay.
Number equals number. And then when you hear it, try and do it from hearing it. And then when you see it, verify your work. Because I'm going to say it as it is.
Wait. Why do you have the \n in the
Oh,
in
good.
line 5?
Because so when you run yours without it, you'll notice that it looks more like my game rocks. The number is 10, but when you add the escape sequence of \n, it gives us it another line.
Oh,
So
okay.
if we add
So it's an indent.
yeah, it's a new line return.
Wait, actually, it didn't change anything for me.
What direction was what's the slash?
I used the same one you did.
Did you hit go the play arrow afterwards?
Oh no, I didn't. Oh,
That
I see. I
yeah,
see.
it's
So
not
now,
real. It's not real time. It's
got it.
requires
Got it. I
yeah.
gotta rerun. Okay,
hmm
got it.
And
All right, now I'm caught up.
and
So number
actually
equals number plus one.
yeah
So it's now gonna be 11, right?
yeah. So I'm gonna do these comment codes. You should do these too, so that way you can review what we're doing when we're when we're
Does this
done.
auto save
It does
or?
autosave. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So this is called incrementing by reassigning the variable to be one more than itself. So that's like we're just saying because equals is actually the assignment operator.
Yep.
So it's one more than itself. So then now we're going to do like
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. This is about you.
Um, then this, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but does equals do anything on this one on
It
this
does.
language?
It does.
What's that?
That it all the languages I'm going to show you are going to use equals equals. So let's actually use it right now.
Okay.
Let's introduce the comparison operator. Now people might listening like this might think that's a funny question, but actually that what you just asked is a very valid question.
Of course it's valid.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
some languages actually don't have an equals equals in the same way. Like I think Visual Basic doesn't use equals equals; it just uses equals for everything, which is kind of like hardcore. Scratch doesn't use equals equals. Okay, if number is equivalent to 11, if number is equivalent to 11, we're going to console.log. The number is equivalent
Okay.
to, but then I'm going to say going to
If
go over it.
numbers equals, right?
If number equals 11, the number is equivalent to plus 11. I'm just going to say 11 in English. And then open parentheses plus. I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so that people can see the whole thing. Number. And then another one there. Now that looks a little weird, but I think you'll get the idea. So we're saying the output should be something like that. Expected result should be this plugin crashed. Let me run it again. Just gonna copy that. Refresh. This plugin crashed. Big letters. 1 second. I gotta go back. Okay, there we go. So now when I run it, there it is. Look at that in the console. The number is equivalent to 11.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And then now, what happens if we add? Do you want to try an else with it?
Wait, hold on.
Okay. Can you see the text okay on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I don't have. Is that better? Where it's? I think it's. This should be the size I have it, so you can. There you go. It's kind of a weird one, huh?
Yeah. The number is equivalent to 11.
Guess this plus isn't really necessary. I can get rid of that, right? Boop.
Yeah. The last plus.
The last pluses are necessary to give it that parentheses around the 11, right?
Okay.
This process is called basic concatenation because we're adding stuff via the plus symbol. That's pretty fun seeing it in the stream in real time, you know. I think that's cool. Okay, so you got that part?
Yep.
And then when you run it, does it say that? The number is equivalent to 11? Okay, now what if we do an else here? And do you see how it kind of curly brace out there? And then I say console.log. The number is not 11. 11.
Yeah. Alright. I gotta eat soon, so let's do,
Want to wrap up this else and then
yeah, let's do the else.
because it is actually plus number. This is just an intro one, and then we're probably gonna, if we do this again, we'll probably do it. You know, if we got the foods.
The number is not 11 because it is actually that's just gonna spit out 11 again, though, right?
Well, let's see what happens. Let's. So you got that one with the else.
Yeah, because we didn't change the number, right?
So it is 11.
Yep.
It is 11, and then we run it, and then what do you see on your screen when you run it?
Well, it's the same because the else isn't getting triggered.
The else is not triggered. Okay, so then let's add a. Let's add a plus plus style incrementation. I guess increment for fun.
Okay.
So we're going to say number plus plus. You got that part?
Yeah, where I'm gonna do that right
Above,
before.
right before the if, we're going to do a number plus plus.
Yep.
You got that?
Yep.
Okay, now watch what happens. Would you want to run it first?
Wait, where's your numbers plus plus?
It's above the
yeah,
if. It's right here.
Yeah, I got it.
It's above the if.
Yep. It's
Okay.
actually 12 now. Yep.
And then
Nine.
you got that? Okay, I don't have it on. Okay, the number is not 11 because it's actually 12.
Yep.
And then the last one I want to show you. Then you can eat your what are you gonna get? Pork buns or something? Oh, the dog ate those.
Yeah. I'm gonna have some noodles.
Noodles. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's use plus equals style increment for being thorough. Okay, number plus equals 2. Because you can go plus equals.
Wait, plus equals 2 is what? What does that do?
That makes it grow by 2. So why don't you try and guess what it's going to
Oh,
be?
I see. It increments it to 2 instead of by 1.
Yeah. So it goes 10,
So
11.
now it's 14.
Now it's because it's 14.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Can you believe
Okay,
it?
that's amazing.
That's pretty fun stuff. And then so, you know, I like starting in text before adding graphics first because then I feel like you can already start building stuff in text. You don't. I think text is a great way to start, and
Yep.
then we can add some JavaScript buttons. I was thinking we could do some buttons and text fields next time,
Yeah.
because then that's like directly correlates to business apps like buttons, maybe tables. Do you want to do that next? So, what time do you think would be good for you next Sunday?
Same bat time.
Like, do you want to do it for like
Same
7? Do
channel.
you want to do you want to eat first and then do a 7 on Pacific?
I actually feel like earlier might be better. Like
But I mean,
three. I
but,
think three.
but I mean, it was, but I feel like that doesn't really give much time to like, what's it called, there's this thing,
Dive.
well, it's called, leaving the apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I want to actually
Oh, okay,
walk
okay.
outside because you know I like work
All
6
right,
to
let's do seven next week.
7 next week. Okay, that sounds fair.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Great job, everybody. And then this was just more of a test one, proof of concept. But, it looks like we're going to be back 7 next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to join you in the. I need to join you in the jungle next time.
Oh, yeah. You want to get this? You want that? Yeah, that's cool, right? We could
I
be.
kind of want. Well, I mean,
It's called
maybe instead
XSplit.
of the jungle, I think I should have one that plays off of yours. Maybe mine should be the desert,
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Like,
or I'll be in the water.
yeah,
I'll be
snorkeling.
Aquaman.
Snorkeling. Yeah, Aquaman too. Okay. So, okay, cool. Well, have you, that's actually I think a good start, right? And then
Yep.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just post these on the GitHub.
Okay.
So I'll make a little GitHub just for this show. Like let's say if we do it next Sunday
I don't have
at
to save anything here, right? I'm just
yeah, you're good. And then, so next Sunday we'll meet up online and then do it, and then,
yay.
yay, learn, and then, uh, you know, if people want to follow along, then I'm just gonna leave a little link to the GitHub so people can copy the code so they're caught up.
Yep.
Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Okay, well, great. Well, thanks for joining. I hope you have a great meals.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Peace.
all right, peace, bro. Bye, Henry.